Cambodia was a remarkable surprise. I was expecting third world country. What I got was a country anxious to welcome new visitors, to create a new image for itself, one with warmth and one with a real sense of optimism.
I enjoyed my time in Cambodia greatly. We were shown city life, country life, life on the river.
I thought Angkor Wat was probably one of the most spectacular sites that I've ever visited.
I never realized how large Angkor Wat's, 15 miles east to west and 5 miles north to south, with over 300 temples, and the size and the scope and the beauty was unsurpassed.
It's a whole complex. It's enormous in size. It's much more than what you see in a postcard.
It was huge, it was vast, just everything about it was amazing.
One of the temples that we saw, Ta Prohm, that was the one Angelina Jolie did as part of Tomb Raider. It had trees growing everywhere. It was just something like you've never seen before, except in a movie. You thought it was a Hollywood set.
I came on the trip to see Angkor Wat, and yet I was equally impressed by the ride on the ox cart and also on the ride to see the fisherman's village. I really hadn't focused on that in the itinerary, and it was kind of a bonus.
The fishing village was actually houses that were on bamboo and were floating all together in a community.
Having all the families and the children wave to you, I thought that was really fascinating.
Well, we ended the day with sunset at Angkor Wat, and it was just as spectacular as you can imagine. And you could see Angkor Wat reflected in the pool, and it was just a perfect way to end the day.
In my case, when I think about travel, I always think about Gate 1. I do this because you see more of the world for less. But the key is it's predictable. I know, I feel safe, I know what it will cost, and the trips always work out well.
Our guide's name was Sarna. He was born there, raised there, went to school there, and so he knew everything about the area.
It's really helpful to have a guide when you're visiting Angkor Wat because it gives you a lot of information that you wouldn't get if you were visiting there on your own.
You might think because the cost is so reasonable that you would be staying at hotels that weren't up to par, but the hotels are 4- or 5-star hotels. I would recommend Gate 1 to anyone.
When I get home from my vacation and people are going to ask me what I thought about my trip to Cambodia, I'm going to say it was absolutely amazing and something that everybody should really see for themselves. I can show them the photos, but it's not the same as being there. And Gate 1 did a terrific job from start to finish.
We would like to see you here in Cambodia with Gate 1.